I'm Bonnie Scalisi. Did we play the theme song?
No, we didn't play the theme song. We didn't play the theme song. I'm going out of order tonight.
And it's going to come up on the screen in a minute?
Yeah, if you start pulling it up on your phone.
Every Wednesday night, and there's nothing you can see that's as funny. It's free, like the girls in Guy Three's Company.
I love you, Bonnie. That was a test.
I love you, Mandy.
That was a test.
Actually, yeah, Robert Soleil is going to be with Street Fighter this Sunday at like a place where all bands are playing. And they're the last band because I guess they're like the headliners.
Okay, so, very cool.
Yeah,
Robert Soleil.
He's the one that wrote that song.
That's what Bonnie is talking about.
I'm sorry.
We did the intro, and then we did the song, and now we are going right into it. We are having fun, guys. This is our 56th episode, I believe.
Wow.
Bonnie. So we've been doing this for over a year, and Bonnie and I have been doing this for like 17 episodes in quarantine.
Yes.
Just the two girls, Pee-wee.
Pee-wee is a very important part of the show.
Pee-wee is an honorary mascot.
He's not putting his hand near his genitals, so we'll allow him to watch for now.
Yeah, Pee-wee is always pretty well behaved on the show. Anything could happen on Three's Company radio show.
That's right. I'm drinking red wine. Thank you, Mandy.
I have a little gin in my juice.
So today's topic is your favorite movies.
Yep, I posted it too, Bon.
Cool. All right, thank you.
Yeah, so it's funny because we said favorite movies because Bonnie and I got a little political, which we never do.
Yeah, that was bad. But actually, maybe it was good that it wasn't part of the. We got cut off. Maybe that was God's way of cutting us off.
Yeah, that was God's way of cutting us. No, but we actually. It was funny, as soon as we put out favorite films, people started talking about things that had happened to them in the movie theater. So people took a totally different approach of what we were thinking of, just films that, like, inspired us, films that, you know, can always make you laugh. So start recollecting on that. I don't know if you have any housekeeping stuff, Bonnie, that you want to talk about?
Not really.
Oh, share the show. Please share the show. Right now, there's a share button in the bottom left-hand corner.
When I try to share the show, it goes to Messenger.
Bonnie, honestly, it's like the Sword of the Stone. I have to, like, specifically touch it.
She has to teach me.
But that's why we're a team. The two of us get through it together.
Yeah, so far, we have a few people already tuning in. We have Robin DeVito. How are you, Robin?
Robin,
we have
Queen
Felix,
of Trouble.
Felix, who has a show on Governors called Let's Eat Long Island, and you should watch that show if you don't already. Taz, the residential artist, who we love. Taz is saying, "What's up? What's up?"
We love you, Taz.
Glenn Cook is watching. Hi, Glenn Cook. Felix is saying, "Hello, chiclets." Oh, I like that. That's a good one. Jennifer Lentini is watching. I love Jennifer. Your mom, Mary Underhill, is watching. Lou Prats is watching. How are you, Lou? Jennifer saying hi. Robin DeVito says, every time Pee-wee squeaks, the ladies need to take a shot.
More like a gulp. Oh, every time we recognize his existence, I guess.
And Ernest Marcia, I'm butchering his name. Ernest Marcicuala is saying hello.
Hello.
Ernest, is this your first time watching the show or a second time? Our topic tonight is movies, and you, as Mandy was saying, it could be about your favorite movie, which is what I thought it was, or it could be what happened to you in a movie theater. So whatever you want to talk about. I'm looking at my hair. My hair looks like crap.
No, it doesn't. I like your hair.
Thank you.
It
was raining outside. You know,
we're
that
human.
Short little distance from here with the humidity. So you want to go first with your favorite movie or your favorite movie situation? And those who are watching, please start typing in your experiences with movies. You know, drive-in movies are making a comeback. I have some great memories.
Oh, I've been to a drive-in movie.
It's so cool.
Yeah, up by New Paltz. My husband's from upstate New York, and by New Paltz, we went to the drive-in movie theater. It was a double feature. We saw Kung Fu Panda 2 and Super 8, both really horrible movies. Kung Fu Panda 2 actually wasn't that bad. I didn't really know Kung Fu Panda 1 though, so I kind of missed out on some of the jokes. And
I think that's a kid movie?
Yeah, it's a kiddie movie. It's animation.
Oh,
he's a panda who does
some kid movies are brutal. I actually fell asleep during a remake of a Winnie the Pooh movie. I had both boys on either side of me, and they're handicapped. I'm supposed to be watching them. The movie was so boring, I fell asleep during the movie.
But it happens. My dad used to always take us to the movies and would always be falling asleep.
So Robin DeVito says, sorry, but 2 of her stories that happened in the movie theater would make my mom blush. Naughty me. Oh. So I bet was that in the movie theater, Robin, or in a what did I just say? A car.
Drive-in movie.
A drive-in movie. You know, this is how my brain is functioning.
Yeah, we're a team. That's why we said we're a team. We got Taz Residential Artist. I think you already said that. Taz does all the art for Three's Comedy Radio Show. Check out teespring.com. teespring.com. Get your Govs Radio merch and your Three's Comedy Radio Show merch. I really went to an X-rated drive-in when I was young. Robin.
What? I don't even know what that means, Robin, but okay.
Well, it's a drive-in movie, and it was a sex movie. Obviously, it was a porno.
I'm sorry. Ernest is saying it's his 3rd time watching, and
Welcome.
The way he pronounces his name is Mark Cucella. Did I say it right this time?
Oh, he spells it out first the one time.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Always correct me.
Mark Cucella. Yeah, he's giving you the thumbs up. Mark Cucella. Bonnie, you want to tell a film story?
Okay, yeah. One of my favorite films. It was actually the last one I saw in the theater, because I don't go to the movie theater that often anyway. But it was before the virus, and I had the day to myself. And there's very little movies I want to see, but I saw the trailer for the movie Joker, and I just really was interested in the trailer. It looked like a great movie. So I went by myself to see the movie, because I love that. When you get to be my age, sometimes you just like to be alone. It was during the day. I went in there, and the movie had been playing a while, so there wasn't that many people in there. And it was amazing. I thought the movie was amazing. Then I liked it so much, I was talking about it on Knock 'em Dead, and Eric from Knock 'em Dead, and I said, Eric, you should see the movie. And he had 2 free passes. So then Eric and I went to see the movie again. And then my boyfriend has never seen the movie. So on, he has HBO, and it was on HBO. And we watched it together. So that was my 3rd time watching it.
Nice.
And I loved it. And that's a movie I could just watch 100,000 times and never get bored. So, did you ever see that movie?
Do you want me to be honest?
Some people hated it.
Well, no. We went on a Sunday at like 4 o'clock, and I was so beat from the work week and running myself ragged that I fell asleep in the movie theater.
Well, it happened.
I fell asleep in the movie theater. It wasn't even like the nice, comfy movie theater where they have... I don't know if they have it everywhere, but
if you're
on Long
tired,
Island they have it turns into a bed. Like literally,
it
lays down and your legs go up and it just becomes a straight mattress that you lay on. How are you not supposed to fall asleep when you're watching that? Like
it is. It's almost like a bed.
But this was an uncomfortable chair, and I still fell asleep. But I was just beat because it was a Sunday, so I do have to watch it again because
watch it again. It's amazing. So Taz the Residential Artist, I know Taz likes Steve McQueen. Now my question to you is, do you even know who Steve McQueen is?
No.
Okay, because this is what I think is so funny, because I have a friend who's a teacher from when I was a teacher, and we're still good friends, and she's 10 years younger than me. And I
know it's an old actor, but I wouldn't recognize him out of a lineup. How about that?
Yes.
Okay.
So
you're friends.
Assumed that everybody knows who Steve McQueen is. And I was talking about the Towering Inferno with Steve McQueen, and she goes, who? And it just dawned on me that it's only a decade, and she has a whole different, I have a whole nother, I don't know, generation of things that have happened that the younger generation has no clue. So Taz likes The Great Escape, and I'm pretty sure Taz that Steve McQueen was in that.
I've never seen that. I gotta write that down.
It's a great movie because it has most of her favorite peeps in it. And Taz said that though they found out about other movies and shows she adores. So Taz, am I right that Steve McQueen was in The Great Escape? I'm pretty sure he was. Johnny McDonald, hi, how are you?
Welcome. We're talking about our favorite films, things that may have happened to you in a movie theater.
Or your favorite movie. So Felix's favorite movie is Lawrence of Arabia. I have to say I've never seen that.
Yeah, I've never seen that either.
He loves movies of history and crazy Arabs. Oh, Felix!
Glenn likes the history-based ones, too.
Oh, I have some history ones on my list, too. Taz the Residential Artist says Kelly's Heroes is another. So funny, great characters. That I've never seen either.
Yeah, me neither.
Hi, Eric Johnson. Hi, Joan Kupiasher. So Andrew Fremder is saying, hey, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Hi, Andrew. How are you? And Robin's saying, we didn't have comfy chairs in the 70s. Yeah, everything was harder when we were younger. So now I think it's your turn to share a movie.
Okay, well, I went to a 4D movie. So 3D...
Oh, that's what things happen to you.
Yeah, things happen in a 4D movie.
Uh-oh.
It was Ghost in a Shell, which is a Scarlett Johansson movie. And by the way, Scarlett Johansson is my husband's, celebrity, he is allowed to fuck her if he needs her, and, this
Now, you know what? I know the name, but I have to be honest, I could not pick out her.
She's blonde, she's got big tits, you would know her if you saw her. She's on a lot of stuff, but she's always kind of like a badass, but anyways... she's in a car chase, and they blow air on your hair, so it's
oh,
and then there's rain and mist goes on you, and then it the seat vibrates when she gets in the car crash. One of the things that she looks down the hallway at the one point, and the lights trail. They have actual lights on the wall that trail down, so it gives it that effect that it's whoa, zooming in, with the camera angles. It was a little much. Honestly, it was an hour and 45 minutes, and Glenn was if that was more an hour, that would be a little more it's a little uncomfortable. And you're allowed to turn the water knob off. That's the only thing that you're allowed to. You can turn the spray on. The spray, there isn't no spray knob, but everything else you're in for. It's 4D. It's in New York City that we went to do it.
I went to one 4D movie way back in the day.
What movie?
Called Earthquake. Taz, maybe.
Oh, so another action.
I think Steve McQueen was in that too. Paul Newman was in that. I think. I might be wrong, but they made the speaker system so every time you see the earthquake starting, you felt and I think the chairs moved too. Yeah. They did something like that, so it was very interesting. So, hi Eric. Eric, I was just mentioning that you and I went to see the Joker, and it's one of my favorite movies. And somebody just said on here that it's their favorite movie. I can't find it now. Hi Bill Hansen, how are you? Okay, so Robin DeVito said, Bonnie, back in the day, the movie theater in Westbury and Old Country Road had soupy sales on the stage, and another time, Captain Kangaroo. I shit you not. I can't believe that. You mean that was the movie that was playing in the theater? Greg DeFlippo is watching. Everybody's saying hi to each other. And Eric is saying his favorite movie is Mamma Mia 2. Here we go again. I don't believe you, Eric. Mamma Mia, the first one, was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I saw it on a plane because I had no choice but to watch it. Are you joking, Eric? I just want to know. Because maybe the second one was fabulous, but the first one was terrible. Taz the Residential Artist, Ghost in the Shell is the best animation, her favorite. The live-action movie adaptation was so good. Bill Hansen likes Forrest Gump. Yeah, that was a good one.
That's rare.
Oh, so Scarlett Johansson, Andrew's saying she's so amazing. I want her to kick my ass like an Avenger. So you're like with Glenn. You get a free pass with her.
You're on Team Avenger.
Oh, you're right. Taz, Charlton Heston was in Earthquake, not Steve McQueen. You're right. Well, Charlton Heston. She's right.
Since we're talking about it, Bonnie, who's your celebrity crush?
Oh, that's a good question.
Who really does it for you?
Well, you know what? I would have said Joaquin Phoenix. I'm probably saying his name wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The guy from Joker. But he doesn't look like he did in Joker anymore. He gained a lot of weight.
Okay, all right. So the tip of him, this I just peaked. That's okay. That works.
Yeah. So, is it your turn?
Yeah. Well, actually, guys, I have a little bit of a quiz. I have a saying on the back of my shirt, and I don't know if anyone can recognize what movie it's from. I didn't tell Bonnie yet what it was. So, am I in the shot? Am I in the shot?
Yes. You're in the shot.
So,
but stand still so they can read it.
Can you dig it?
Okay.
And I will
try to guess.
And I'll help you out.
I have
Can you dig it?
And speaking of contests, I had a van, on a meme of a van, and I said the winner I would announce on the show. And I had all great responses. A lot of, like, how would you get me into the van? What would you write on the van to get me to go inside it? I'm very gullible, so most things would work. But
white wine
he's
inside.
Not. He's not watching right now. But Michael Kimmelman.
Oh, okay.
He wrote Michael on the van, and the ironic part about that is, in other words, Michael Kimmelman made a meme of the van and wrote the word Michael on it. I don't know how he did that. And that's perfect because Michael owns a white van exactly like that. And I've been in that van a bunch of times doing some things that maybe I shouldn't be doing.
That's Bonnie's boyfriend for anyone who's just joining the conversation.
Yes. We're almost up to 8 months in a few days. Larry Samil, how are you? Okay, so Eric Shevland is saying, okay, I lied. I knew it. His favorite movie is Breaking to Electric Boogaloo. I don't know. Are you lying again? Maybe not. I don't know. Joan Krupiasher, Eric's favorite movie is Mary Poppins and the Sound of Music. No, I know that's a lie. Drama DeVito is saying Tim Hardy is her absolute crush. I have no idea who that is. Tim Hardy?
I think she means, isn't he Tom Hardy? And he is hot, yes. I'll give you that.
Eric, I believe that one. Saturday Night Fever. I didn't have it on my list, but you're right. It should be on my list. That was one of the best movies. I could still watch it today, even though. Oh yeah, I could still watch it today because it just brings back that time, like you're right there. Okay, so Taz is saying, speaking of Charlton Heston, Ben-Hur is fantastic and heartwarming. What about the 10 Commandments? I watch it every Passover. I have to watch that movie. There's just something about it. I can't. It won't. It's not Passover unless you watch the 10 Commandments. So I've been speaking a lot. So
I don't really care. This is a group effort. Okay, so I want to know if anybody has ever. I'll share a story, but has anybody ever walked out of a movie theater? Have you ever started to walk out? Have you ever seen a movie and walked out?
I went with my mother to see a Broadway show with the woman who was in that. She was in the television series where she played a detective, an old lady that played Angie something. It was so boring. I didn't walk out, but I fell asleep. I do a lot of
Okay. I was going to say, I was really waiting for a Jew that walked out on tickets.
I was a kid. I would have walked out, but my mother wouldn't allow
it. Yeah, your mommy would not have allowed that. I was really waiting for that part. I was like, wow, that must have been. I thought the only thing would have been if you were appalled, like if you were offended.
No, it was just boring.
Yeah.
It was just boring. It wasn't offensive at all. So Felix has a big story. Do you want to read the story, or do you want me to read it?
What do you got, Felix?
So Felix said his movie experience when he was 17, his friends and I never saw a porn movie. So back then, the only way to see X movies was in the theaters. Oh my God. So my friends and I cruised Old Country Road to Salisbury Theater, which was a porn theater. We went in and I started laughing because I saw this giant dick on the screen doing a woman's V, etc. Meaning her vag. People told me to shut up. We tried to be inconspicuous and later find out my female cousin and her friends saw us on Old Country Road and followed us. The next day my cousin yelled at me and said her friends were so surprised at me because I was a straight kid. Felix, you brought back a memory for me. When I worked for all those years at PS 173 in Fresh Meadows, right down within walking distance of the school, across the street, there was like a little shopping area, had a pizza place, a Chinese restaurant, and across the street was a theater. And they were an X-rated theater, right next to a school. So they would petition it, and it stayed there for years and years and years. And then finally, I don't know whether they just weren't making enough money because maybe people could get enough porn at home. They didn't have to be like Pee-wee and go to the theater. They could enjoy porn in the privacy of their house. So they finally got rid of that theater and they had regular movies there. So that was interesting. Your mom's saying that's a great one, but I'm not sure. Oh, I'm not sure what that's in reference to.
I think Saturday Night Fever, probably, if I were to guess, because she likes her John Travolta.
And Greg DeFlippo says, I find Eric's to be more of a Brokeback Mountain type of guy. I actually didn't see that movie.
Yeah, I've never seen that either.
But Heath Ledger, he's hot.
Oh,
but he's dead.
I love him. Aw,
So,
he's still be
he's
hot.
my celebrity crush, but he's dead,
Well,
so
I love,
it evens out.
Did you ever see, it's like a teen movie, 10 Things I Hate About You?
No.
It's actually based on Shakespeare, Taming of the Shrew. They like redid it into like a kids teeny bop movie, and he's in it, and it's like
I think I did see that.
The sister's not allowed to go out unless the other sister
I just saw pieces
like
of it.
the younger sister, who's like kind of like active and like wants to date, isn't allowed to go out unless the like socially awkward sister goes out. So they hire someone
I did
to
see
like.
Parts of,
but he's in that.
his hair is more longer.
It's a cute movie. That and the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. He's in that.
I've never heard.
It's a trippy movie. It's a good movie.
Ooh. So Joan Krupiasha has one that's on my list, Dirty Dancing.
Oh,
love Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
And Taz is saying 10 Commandments every Easter. Right, it has to do with Easter too.
Is lemony.
Eric is talking about your shirt. He wants to guess. It's either Holes or Saturday Night Fever.
No, can you dig it? No. And I should have worn something along my head like this to denote what film I'm from, if that helps anybody.
So Adam Snar. Am I saying his name?
Snare.
I'm sorry. Adam Snare.
Snargle.
Adam Snare. How are you? All right. So let's see. All right, I'm gonna tell one of my movies now. Ernest is saying I did walk out, not into non-English, or read with closed captions. I agree with you. Those are really hard. Some of those movies are great, but it takes so much concentration. It's almost like you're taking a class.
I went to the library if I wanted to fucking read.
Yeah, it's too much work. David Lange is saying, yes, walked out of a movie Simon with Alan Arkin. Stupid and boring. Adios. Joan Krupiasha, her first date with my first and second husband was Gone with the Wind. LOL. 14 years. Now you can't see that movie anymore. It's banned. But the funny thing is, I wanted to see it. It's like almost a 4-hour movie. I've never seen the whole movie from beginning to end. I've only seen pieces of it, and it was on my bucket list to see the whole thing.
Bonnie's already planning on dying without seeing it. It's already been on the bucket list and off the bucket list.
My life is more than half over, so you gotta. But I'll get a hold of that movie somehow. You can't censor me.
My dad's ex-girlfriend, that was like her favorite movie, and she was like not the brightest, but she was like, it's the best movie.
It's
She's
a cool
like, you
movie.
have to see it. Like,
it's really cool. So Andrew's favorite is Brokeback Mountain. I heard they're coming out with a sequel where he has some issues performing, and the movie is called Broke Dick Fountain. That's not really your favorite movie, but I like the joke. All right, so can everyone who's watching, please share the show right now so that other people can enjoy it. And I just have one plug.
What do you got?
So it's going to be very quick. Here's something great for comics. So if you're a comic watching or you know a comedian that's out there, things are starting to open back up. Joe DeVito, one of the headliners here at Governor's and all over the country, he teaches stand-up too. And he's been on TV dozens of times, and he's known for being a great joke writer. Joe's doing group classes and one-on-one coaching on FaceTime and Zoom with comedians all over the country. I've done sessions with him, and it's a great way to get ideas for new material or get stuff ready for shows and auditions. You can message Joe through his website, www.joedevito.com, and tell him Bonnie sent you. And it's also on our page. If you are not a member of our page, Mandy,
get on our page.
Explain to them what
Company
that is.
Radio Show 2. That is our group page. It's just one episode per week, as we do. One flyer per week about what our topic is. This week you see favorite films along the bottom of the screen. We're talking about films this week. What else? If Bonnie and I ever do a promo, such as the one we just did for Joe DeVito, or Tranquility was a massage.
Yeah, we're supposed to book a massage.
Yeah,
there.
Bonnie and I are gonna go. We're gonna be like different women. We should go like right before the show, so we come out like on cloud 9.
Right. It's called a sea. What's that thing? Sea salt.
Oh, it's sea caves.
Sea cave thing.
Sea caves. So Bonnie and I'm gonna get some foot reflexology done.
Yeah, so go to our page, Three's Company. You're not already a member. You could look up anything we advertise or talk about is there, because it's hard to like remember. All right, so Eric is saying your shirt has to be the Warriors.
Yeah, the Warriors.
Is that true?
That's right.
Ding, ding, ding.
That's
Eric,
correct.
you
Eric.
Eric, I missed you. Oh, I wanted to mention that Graz from Limo Talk. I saw Danielle. There was a fundraiser for comics who, they hadn't been performing, and it was a fundraiser to make money for help the comics. And Graz from Limo Talk did a lot of work to organize it, and I went there and I stayed for a little while, and I saw Eric, I saw Danielle. I'd only met her once before, so it was very nice to meet her.
Very cool.
And I think Graz did a great job, and he earned a lot of money, a lot of canned goods and a lot of money for that cause.
Nice.
So congratulations,
there you go,
Graz.
I couldn't be there. I was there in spirit with the canned goods.
And Taz is saying, Mr. DeVito is, and I can't say this enough, the best. Yes, we all agree on that. And he's brilliant. He's a brilliant teacher as well as the best stand-up comic that I've ever seen. He's a great teacher as well.
And what's Eric's chaplain? Yeah, Salt Cave. You got a problem with it, Eric? You
Salt
should go. It's
Cave.
Tranquility. It's in what's it called? Franklin Square. Right here on Long Island.
Yes, that's right. So Felix is saying, when I was young, I saw all the classics in the theaters: Godfather, Dirty Harry, Original Odd Couple, Gone with the Wind, Bullet, Cool Hand Luke. That was a great movie.
Oh, he's hot.
If he was alive, that would be my... All the people I like are
when
dead.
When you get to heaven, you fuck them.
Well, right. When I get to... Right. It's nice that I can say that, because then Michael doesn't have to be worried. So
he doesn't have to be worried. Because I won't have a body, and me fucking somebody, it won't matter, because I'll be fucking somebody else.
Drew DeMarco wants to know if we are going to Dan's comedy night.
Dan Romano did actually contact me, and Bonnie and I are going to talk details about it after the show, and we're going to have more details. But yeah, live action comedy is coming back, and Bonnie and I are on the circuit, so we will keep you guys. That's something that you can see on Three's Company Radio Show too. We will post events when we start doing real live events.
We're not going to say it on air.
Yeah, because I don't want to give you misinformation, but we have been invited, and once we know the details, you guys will know the details.
See, it happened to Ernest too. He tried to share it, and it went to Messenger, different group chats. That's what happens to me. I don't know how to share shows while they're live. So you know what? Can you guys, when the show is over, can you then just go back and just press the share button? That's what I do. Just share it after the show is over.
And
Lisa Macco, I didn't see you. We got together with Jennifer Lentini. I saw Tony. How are you, Lisa? I miss you. Ed is watching. Hi, Ed. We were just talking about movies. And Catherine Durbin, she's a friend of mine. I got a phone call about Camp Anchor. Kathy, you don't even want to know. So I guess I'll say my next movie that I like. Okay, my favorite was The Joker. All right, talking about movies in history. My dad, since he can't drive anymore, I was trying to get him out, and I would see movies that I probably would never in a million years go to see, but he likes movies about history. So the first movie we went to see was Dunkirk, and I thought I would be bored out of my mind. It's about the soldiers that were fighting, the soldiers from England who were fighting Hitler's army, and they were backed into the beaches in France, and it was one of the best movies I've ever seen. And I was like crying through it. My dad was crying. So, how many of you saw Dunkirk? That was a great movie.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
I don't think it is playing. It's an old movie now. I guess it's been a year and a half. So
okay.
It has to
All
be
right.
on.
I'll have to.
I think on Netflix or
I'll
something.
I'll look it
I
up.
highly recommend it, and it shows what these soldiers went through. Oh my God, it's just heartbreaking. And I'm having some more wine. So
Yeah,
please
nobody
excuse
judge us,
me.
please.
No judgment. No judgment. So Mandy, it's your turn.
Yeah. Well, when my parents got divorced when I was a kid, we, stuff started turning off, like cable, and it just didn't go back on. Like, so, we relied on our DVD, our movie collection.
Ooh.
And, The Big Lebowski.
I've heard of that, but I haven't seen it.
That's where it's the main guy. The main guys there are bowlers, and somebody steals something from him because his last name.
Like bowling?
Yeah, like they are on a bowling team, and somebody steals something from him because his last name is Lebowski. They think he's a rich man and that they're gonna get ransom, but he's just a regular dude. But the dude. But no, it's like every line in that movie can be applied to life. Like I could recite that movie from start to finish. That and Toy Story. Like Toy Story 1.
Oh, I love Toy Story.
I know, Toy Story.
That was a great movie.
Those lines from that movie can be like applied to like any point in life. Like I could solely like conversate.
And the last Toy Story movie that they did made me cry. They all made me cry. I was crying. And I went to that movie for Brandon, and I loved it probably better than Brandon did.
I know, he's like consoling you. He's like, it's alright, Mom. It's just
movie. Exactly. So Andrew Friender is saying something interesting about the Joker movie is that the Joker role, Heath Ledger locked himself in a closet for 2 weeks straight and starved himself to prepare for the role of being insane. I think you're talking about Andrew. I had that on my list too. You're talking about The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger was the Joker in The Dark Knight, and I loved that character too. That movie was on my list.
That's
100%.
a great movie.
And but I can't pronounce his name.
Joaquin
Phoenix was the Joker in the movie Joker. It's just Joker. It doesn't say the Joker. Both of them were like out of 10 on a performance level. They were both amazing.
Yeah.
So and I think that they said it affected him. Oh, Eric, it's not your wine. I drank all your wine.
Yeah, your wine didn't make
it. It was great, but this is other wine. This is Mandy's wine. But your wine is great, so I recommend if you contact Eric Shevland if you're interested in really delicious wine. So Taz is saying she watched Midway, the original, which is great. I've never heard of that. Midway?
No, I haven't either.
And Felix is saying Mel Gibson movies rule too. When We Were Soldiers and Hacksaw Ridge, true historical war movies. Hi, Lauren De Jesus. How are you? Lauren was posting about her daughter not having any social interaction. Tomorrow I'm getting together with my friend Maria and Catherine Dervin. If you're still watching, I'm meeting Maria tomorrow at 12:30 at Two Brothers Pizza, and we're bringing our boys. So if you want to bring your son, come and join us at 12:30 at Two Brothers Pizzas. They know where it is.
Yeah.
They know it. Hey, C. Jack Scallard is watching. How are you? It's your turn.
Okay. I've got well, I'm gonna umbrella the director Wes Anderson. I don't know if you've ever seen The Royal Tenenbaums, or my favorite I think would have to be The Grand Budapest Hotel. His movies are just he picks like really buildings with very, very intricate architecture, and he's very, very particular about, all directors are very particular about everything they put on screen, but he's so detail oriented, and The movies just get funnier each time you watch them. A lot of them have a lot of like dark overtone, but then when you watch them again and again, you get more and more little lines and just the sarcasm. So Wes Anderson,
That's
Grand
true.
Budapest Hotel.
Watching a movie more than once, like I just want to go back to Joker, if that's okay. I saw it for the third time with Michael, and if I'm going to give you a warning, this is a spoiler alert. So if you have not seen Joker, turn off. It's
watch the Joker and then put this back on.
Right. I watched it 3 times, and at the very end, he's walking out. He's in an institution with the same woman who was his kind of like his social worker, and now he's been institutionalized, and he's walking away, and as he's walking away, this is how it ends. There's blood on, like his footprints are blood. And I never thought anything of it. And
I always have blood on the bottom of my fucking shoes.
I don't know. I didn't think anything of it. And then Michael goes, he killed the social worker. Don't you get it? He killed the social worker. And that's why there's blood on his shoes.
So, but who was he walking out with?
He was in a meeting with the social worker.
But if he killed her, who's he walking out with? He's not walking out with. He's walking out alone.
He was walking out alone.
Oh, okay. So he killed her, and that was his.
And his footprints were blood.
Okay.
And his shoes were blood. And I had no idea what that meant. And I'd watched it 3 times. So if you love a movie, you watch it and you notice things like you said about the director. You notice things. One of my favorite movies was the one with Bruce Willis. That director was great too.
Bruce Willis.
The Dead People movie. What's the name of that?
Oh, that's M. Night Shyamalan.
What's the name of that movie?
Oh, The Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense!
Yeah.
It's not on my list, but I forgot to put it there. Alright, so Andrew's saying, and speaking of The Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan is coming out with another trilogy about robbing, because at the end of the 3rd movie, Robin found the Batcave, so this trilogy is in the making as we speak. Ooh. And he said his father was a sailor in the Midway in 1955. Cool. Alright, so my other history movie that I loved, and again, was for my dad. I never would have watched this on my own. Was called, it was Winston Churchill, The Darkest Hour. It was, again, a slice of history, and you got to see how, they had to decide if they had given up, we would all be speaking German right now.
What is it about? What's the premise?
It's Winston Churchill's life and how he, in history, how he gave a speech in Parliament and got people to go on board with not caving into the Nazis. He went down in the subway, and that was the most powerful scene in the movie. He went down in the subway to speak to the common people, and he took down all their names, and he's like, doesn't look good. If we cave in, maybe the Nazis will give us something. But we would be flying their flag. We would be and all the people, the common people, were like, no, we won't give up. And then this one little girl in the subway goes, no! And he just turns and he looks at the little girl and he goes, what's your opinion? And she goes, we have to fight till we can't fight anymore, or something like that. It was so touching, and it's based on true facts. And my dad, who was a history professor, he was crying during this movie. I was crying during this movie. And then the ironic part is when he ran for his position 3 years later, he wasn't elected again. He was voted out. So it just goes.
But he had to get that message across.
Right, we all would have been speaking. We would have been conquered by Hitler. We would have all been speaking German, and our society as we know it would not be in existence today. But then they vote him out 3 years later.
God.
So go figure.
Oh my God.
All right. So a lot of people are saying they're different things. since we're talking about movies, Andrew wants to say he would like to know what everyone's favorite movie score would be. In other words, Hans Zimmer, The Pirates of the Caribbean. He's talking about the music.
Oh, your score.
I'm not good at that.
Oh, you know
I
what?
have no
Little
idea.
Miss Sunshine has really good music. That's a movie I could watch a million times.
I
But
don't know that movie.
Oh my God, we'll watch that. I'm gonna keep you here. We'll watch that. Michael, she's not coming over. We got Heather watching. I'm gonna have to say my next favorite movie is Reservoir Dogs.
I've heard of that, but I haven't seen it.
It's Quentin Tarantino. It's
he's crazy.
It's
I like
the
him.
whole movie.
Didn't he do Pulp Fiction?
Yes, which is also a fucking amazing movie.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction. Those are like
that I saw.
Reservoir Dogs happens over the course of 24 hours, and they just get out of a jewelry heist, and it's all the guys like. The robbery goes wrong, and it's them all talking to each other afterwards to figure out what the fuck happened, because something went wrong, so they're all like super suspicious of one another.
Oh no!
It's a really, really good movie.
I want to see that.
I'm sure it's an oldie, but I could watch that.
So Andrew's saying, since we're talking about movies, I said that already. Sorry. He said I can't forget the soundtrack behind the movie, because without the music, they would be very different. That's true.
That's true.
The music sets the scene.
No, it totally
Absolutely.
does. It totally does. Oh my God, Almost Famous is another great movie that I love. That's another.
All your movies you've seen, I've never seen.
Well, there's a bunch that we were talking about. When we drove home from Staten Island, we were talking about a bunch of movies that we both love.
Yeah.
I like to go for my comedies though. I mean, like Bruce Almighty and like just like slapstick, ridiculous comedies.
Oh, I love Liar Liar.
Oh, Liar
That
is great
I could watch
too.
over and over. I thought that was so fun. So William Knight is saying The Prestige was great by Christopher Nolan. I've not seen that one. Platoon was for my dad.
Okay.
He said it was very realistic
Yep.
to Vietnam.
Oh, Full Metal Jacket, if we're gonna talk about fucking
Oh.
boot camp movies.
Yes.
That's a fucked up one.
I
That's a
haven't
good
seen
one.
that. I would like to see that.
It's a fucked
Taz
up
the
one.
Resident Artist said The Road to El Dorado is the best animated movie.
Oh my God, dude, Road to El Dorado. Taz, come over to my house right now, dude. Fucking that and Prince of Egypt. Yo, those are like two fucking offbeat DreamWorks cartoons. I came out probably like 1998, I want to say. She's fucking out of her gourd.
So finally, I know my boyfriend watches on Boxcast or whatever, but he comes in to say some, because the Facebook doesn't work where he lives. He's in Glen Cove. It's like the country out there. So he said,
It's too good
Michael
for
Steven
it.
Spielberg says it was about the battle at Dunkirk. Duh, I know that, Michael.
And Michael's saying Pulp Fiction, which is great. I got him a Pulp Fiction poster on my wall that my dad's pissed about. He's always like, "That's my poster." I'm like, "You should have had it framed," because I kept it.
Good. And your cousin Heather is watching. Hi, Heather.
Heather.
And Taz is saying Churchill did a Pikachu wow face during WW2. I don't know what that is, Taz, but I'd love to learn. And Andrew's saying a lot of movies have hidden meanings. One of my favorite movie trilogies of all time is The Hobbit, and the Hobbits have extraordinary large feet. So the moral of the story is that no matter how small you are, you always are capable of huge feats of strength to do what is necessary.
Very nice.
My boyfriend's saying get the gimp. I don't know what that means.
My mom says, Bonnie, do you remember Night of the Living Dead?
Ah, yes. That is one of the great horror movies of all time.
Bonnie already had an insomnia problem, Mom. Thanks for bringing that back up.
I could watch that movie over and over also.
My mom never encouraged scary movies at her house. She was like, no, we don't like that. Because she's scared.
Oh, I love scary movies. But I won't go on roller coasters, but I love scary movies. So C-Jack Scalise likes Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He says that's great. And
yes, that was Tarantino.
Yes. Lauren De Jesus also likes Forrest Gump. Yeah, that was a good one. A lot of people like Felix like Full Metal Jacket. DreamWorks is amazing. They're owned by Sony. That I don't know.
Taz and I just had a moment.
My boyfriend's saying he has to go with Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Because he has a DeLorean, and oh my God, we took that car to Graz's event, and he said the car gets a lot of attention. You don't understand because
Like, it's like being with Paris Hilton. Like, you don't understand the magnitude of what's gonna happen to us. I get it. Like, you're like, people love me. I get it.
No, like he said, you'll see. There's a lot of reaction to the car. So I forgot, Michael. What was the name of the restaurant we went to? We went to this expensive restaurant after it, and we get in the car and we start driving away, and this beautiful blonde girl in her
flashes, you guys,
maybe 20. She did the classy thing of flashing. She looked him right in the eye and gave him a thumbs up and lifted her leg.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Lifted her leg.
Lifted her leg, like showing her leg, like, you know what? He's mine. I liked him before all the cars, before I knew about anything. And he planned it that way.
Before I knew about his DeLorean, I had my knee in the air just for the fucking record.
I don't do anything for money, whatever. Oh, Jennifer Lantini's watching Zombieland. I love Zombieland. That is a great zombie movie also. And the original is great. My mom has, Jennifer saying her mom has her watching horror movies at 5 o'clock, LOL. And Andrew's saying he likes to watch scary movies from behind the couch. That way the people don't know that I'm there. I love scary movies. All right, so I'm going to say my next, I have so many on my list that I won't get to them all.
Yeah, go for it.
But I must have seen this movie 1,000 times. Titanic.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I freaking loved everything about Titanic. And I could relate to a lot of the things in there, even though it was predated me. The scene where she has a thing for Leonardo DiCaprio, but she has her responsibilities, and she knows, she should be the proper lady, and she should follow the rules.
Expectations.
She was the first woman hero in a movie, besides Sigourney Weaver. She was like a real role model for me. Are we starting to freeze again? Uh-oh.
Oh, no. I think we're just a little blotchy, but laps are going, so I think we're alright.
Guys, are we, frozen now? We're looking at it and it's starting to freeze. We only have 15 minutes left, so.
Yeah, no, I'm going to just restart it up here. I think we're fine.
We're going to... My mouth is open. So, I love Titanic, but I also will not go on a cruise. I mean, now they took the cruise ships away because of the virus, so I don't have to worry about that. But I was always
so now
afraid.
I don't have an excuse.
Right, I was always afraid of the Titan going on a boat because of the Titanic, a ship. And I also love the Poseidon Adventure. Do you remember the original Poseidon Adventure with Ernest Borgnine and Gene Hackman?
I love Gene Hackman, but no, I've never seen that.
Oh my God. That was like when we first got HBO and they played it over and over. I watched it 10,000 times. Oh, Lauren's saying, remember The Exorcist? Yes. That was a very scary movie.
Your mother sucks dicks in hell. Or sucks cocks in hell.
That was scary back in the day. If you watch it now, you'll laugh at it. Cause, things
it's fucking terrifying.
But it was terrifying. And I wanted to see it. My dad took me and my sister to see it in a theater. And my sister started crying and wanted to leave. And I wanted to watch it.
That's always her ammo.
And my father's like, we're staying till it's over.
Because we fucking paid good money.
They're saying we're not freezing.
That's alright.
Lauren cried too during Titanic.
It is. When they're playing the music and the boat's just going down, the people that are just
and it's a true story. It's a true story. So Andrew's saying, however, in Titanic, it was definitely enough room for the two of them on that floating door. LOL. That's true.
I love Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah, he's cute. He's
there is
cute.
enough room on the door, though. You're right. You're right.
So he's saying, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. My left ear is not right. That's what I say. Are you joking? He's joking with me because he knows I can't hear that well out of my left ear. All right, it's your turn.
All right, what else do I want to talk about? I really also love Judd Apatow. He's another one who does all funny movies. He did the 40-Year-Old Virgin. And
I have to say, I watched the 40-Year-Old Virgin. And I thought it was stupid.
Well, you have to be well, the thing is, Steve Carell is a fucking idiot. And that's also one of those movies that you watch it twice and you're like,
maybe
okay.
you have to be like high to watch it.
Yeah, well, that too. I love my stupid movies, though. I love anything with James Franco. He's sexy.
That's on my list. Wait,
I love
James
him.
Franco. He was in. On my list was the original Planet of the Apes with Charlton Heston, which was like amazing for its time with that trick ending.
I've actually never seen that.
That was amazing.
I know.
And then they did a bunch of remakes that sucked. And then they did another remake more recently with James Franco.
All right, I'm gonna watch it.
It was called The Planet of the Apes. It was about Alzheimer's. And I took my mother to see it, thinking it was a Planet of the Apes movie, and she was suffering from Alzheimer's. My daughter Alexis was with me, and we get into the theater. We watch the thing. It was such a touching show. It was basically, he thought he had the cure for Alzheimer's, and they were testing it. They were testing it on chimps.
Okay.
And the goal was to cure Alzheimer's, but what it did was it made the chimps smart. And then they were going to kill all the chimps because the mother chimp was protecting her baby, and she went wild because they started taking the babies away to use for research animals.
Yeah, and she was.
And she attacked them. So they squelched all his research. I'm not going to tell you the whole movie, but
It's just like 75%.
but at the end, I'm not going to tell you the end, but it was about Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And James Franco's dad was cured because he was giving him shots to, he was fired and he was still using the thing, and he got his memory back and was a great piano player, and I'm not going to tell how it ends, but at the end of the movie I was so shaken up that I dropped my wallet on the floor of the movie theater. This was in the Broadway movie theater, maybe I shouldn't say that because I don't want to get sued. But I dropped my wallet.
You didn't get it back.
And we went out, because I had to be careful with my mom, and my daughter
you
was
were
little.
not focused on the wallet.
So I went to pay for something at Target, and I didn't have my wallet. And then I'm like, oh, it must be in the movie theater. So we ran back to the movie theater with my mom, who could barely walk. We get back to the movie theater, and they found my wallet. All the money was taken out, and I had I think I had $350 worth of cash in there.
Fuck.
They took the money, but they had a conscience, and they left
your
the
ID
wallet
and
with
all
my
your
ID
shit, because that's a fucking
Right.
pain in the ass. That's the next level. Not that you're not a dirtbag for stealing the cash, but thankfully the rest of it showed
Right.
back up. But
Right.
obviously, magically the fucking cash.
So Andrew's saying James Franco was in the Wizard of Oz movie, which was the prequel of the actual movie from long ago.
I think he may be joking with us, unless there's a remake that I'm not
James
sure.
Franco is not that old, so I don't think so.
Time traveled.
And Andrew's saying Planet of the Apes, in a way, is very similar to current events going on at this very time. I'm not sure how that goes. No, maybe because of the virus. You're right. It was about a pandemic. Absolutely, he's 100% right. He was trying to cure Alzheimer's, but basically, he created this virus instead. He was trying to help people, but it became a virus. And what was really funny was at the end of the movie, when you left, I couldn't leave right away because my mom took so long to get up, and so you think the movie's over and you leave, and they have some credits, and then all of a sudden the movie comes back on, and you think that the pandemic has ended and the world is safe, and then all of a sudden they show a whole thing of the world, and how basically, like he's saying today, how because we take a plane and you could go anywhere in 2 seconds, the virus traveled from here to France, and then from France to Germany, and then from Germany to here, and basically it kept crossing everywhere, and at the end you realized human beings were a goner, and apes who were immune to the virus, were going to take over the planet.
Dun, dun, dun.
So I just told you the ending. I must.
That's alright. No, that's okay. That's okay. If I'm gonna still watch it for all the details.
So hi Bruno, how are you? Bruno tuned in. Ed is saying, movie trivia guru, bro. I'm not good at movie trivia. I don't know. And Lauren's saying she lost her wallet at Broadway in the bathroom. We went back and all the money was there. Lauren,
nice.
good for you.
Nice.
You know, you had some.
Nice.
And I think the person that stole my wallet was somebody that worked in the theater. You know, one of the people that cleaned up the theater. But, you know, it is what it is.
We have 5 minutes left. I want to ask if anyone's ever hooked up in a movie theater. I've never gotten lucky or close to lucky in a movie theater.
You mean met somebody?
No, like made out with anybody, held hands, you know. Somebody put their dick through like a popcorn thing.
Oh my God, I have a story about that, but I'm not going to tell it on air.
We have 5 minutes and 5 minutes. I get to hear that story.
All right. This is
between just us guys. This is just
Michael.
This doesn't leave this
Michael
room.
loves this story.
Oh my God.
Michael loves this story. My first orgasm.
Whoa.
Wait. It's not as good as you think.
All right.
I was watching the Chevy Chase movie. The Chevy Chase movie,
okay.
And there was a scene where the girl was putting her hand into what she thought was popcorn, and obviously she was touching his, his what?
Dangling.
And
his dangling.
I was like a teenager at the time, and I just thought that was very, very hot. And I had my first orgasm over that scene. I'm drunk, so maybe I shouldn't have said that.
No, that's what keeps them coming back for more, guys.
It's a true story.
That I think Bonnie subconsciously wanted to do tonight.
I didn't even get to half of the.
But we did get to your first orgasm, Bruno. Thank you for sharing the show.
Hey, Bruno's please share the show when it's over.
Bruno's private messaging me the link to the show. I love you, Bruno. That's fucking
Bruno's awesome.
Have you ever seen IMAX or 3D movies? You got 3 minutes.
Nancy Weems, how are you?
Nancy Weems. I love watching Nancy Weems' content. Her family, the Weems Motor Co., always building really cool motorcycles.
Ooh.
Check it out. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'll throw that on the group page so you guys can easily find that if you're a fan of motors.
Well, if you don't have another movie,
go.
Again, this was a movie I just could watch over and over again. And a lot of people might not have heard of it. It's called The Impossible. Have you ever heard of The Impossible? It was about the tsunami, the true story of the tsunami in 2004 in Thailand. And this couple went on a vacation, and she was arguing with him, I don't want to go to a hot place, you know, for Christmas. I want to, you know, have Christmas where we live. Why do we have to go to, you know, and the hotel was beautiful and everything was going great. And they had their gifts, and then the next day, the tsunami came, and the whole family was like separated because of this giant wave of water. It was like one of the most scary, amazing movies. So if you have not seen The Impossible, watch it. I would watch it again, like in a second.
I like The Perfect Storm. That's another.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that's George Clooney.
Yeah, George Clooney.
Oh my God. I like Guardians of the Galaxy, even though I'm not a big superhero person. I like the Guardians of the Galaxy, and one of the reasons being the soundtrack. Somebody was talking about soundtracks of movies earlier. He's into like the 70s, the main character, and he's got a Walkman. So like the 70s is what he plays throughout the movie. So it's the movie is definitely made by the soundtrack.
Well, I'm going to ask you the question you asked me. Who was your free pass?
Oh, well, I'm probably, it's fucked up because I really have two. I love Chris Pratt, though.
I love Chris Pratt from Star Trek. We forgot the Star Trek movies.
Well, no, he's not from Star Trek. He's from Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm thinking Christopher Pine.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who Chris Pratt is.
He's Andy in Parks and Recs. He's the Lego guy, the voice of the Lego movie.
You have to Google and show me after.
Yeah, I love him.
I like Christopher Pine.
And then I also love Halle Berry.
Halle Berry, okay, she's beautiful. She was in the movie I love.
So whoever I run into first is my pass, guys.
She was in two movies I loved. One was about she played a detective, and
Oh my gosh, she's so hot. Don't make me think about
she's
it.
awesome. So Bruno likes Easy Rider, which I've never seen.
Oh, that
I've
was
heard
one
of
of
it.
Dad's favorites. Like that's one Glenn puts on for just the soundtrack background noise. Bonnie's 8:30.
Oh, bye everybody.
We have to go. We love
Share
you
the
so
show
much.
after it's over, please.
This is Bonnie Scalise.
This is Mandy Jones.
We love you guys. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Yes.
7:30, 8 to 8:30 on Gov's Radio. Any last words, Bonnie?
No words.
No last words. We love you guys. Be
Bye.
good.
Bye.